Live from Cleveland's News Center, we're getting answers for you. Cleveland 19 News starts now.
Right now, Uniontown police officers are warning parents about a registered sex offender who's allegedly trying to contact male students. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Allison Bruner. Here's a look at the warning officers put on Facebook. Police telling parents about a complaint involving a registered sex offender and several young men. At this point, investigators have not found anything illegal. However, they are asking parents to check their kids' social media accounts like Snapchat. Right now, there are also concerns about a registered sex offender being allowed on school property and at school events. We are getting answers for you at noon. Here's a look at those rules for you. State law requires sexual offenders to register their address. If they were convicted after 2006, sex offenders are registered. They're restricted from living within 1,000 feet of a school or daycare. If they were convicted prior to 2006, they are only required to register their address. Buckeye Primary and Buckeye Intermediate schools are closed today and tomorrow because of mold in an isolated part of the intermediate school building. Right now, air quality and mold experts, they are testing and cleaning rooms. Classes for Buckeye Junior High and high school students will go on as normal. Take a look at this tree down at Burke Lakefront Airport. We now know this is from storms that rolled through yesterday. Thankfully, no storms today. Right now, let's check in with meteorologist Jeff Tanchuk. Jeff, a bit cooler today, but the heat is definitely returning.
It is, just in time for the holiday weekend. It's going to feel like the last, what they consider the unofficial end of summer. But as you will see, it's going to linger even beyond that. All right, let's get you out to the Tribe game here. I know people just, you might be starting to head down there. 1:10 first pitch, cloudy sky, and look at that, 75. Not 85, not feels like 95, it's 75. It's comfortable out there. We do have quite a bit of cloud cover in place, and we did not end up seeing. Yep, somebody hit the button. Thank you. All right, so this is the satellite picture here. We did not end up seeing much in the way of rain this morning. Can't rule out a spot shower here or there, but for the most part, it is looking dry, even though it might look like it wants to rain. 75 in Cleveland, 76 in Akron, 72 in Worcester. Check out the wind rolling it off of the lake here, northeast at 14, so a little on the breezy side at times along the lake shore. 75 at 2, 74 at 4 o'clock, 72 at 6. And this evening, as we continue to break up the clouds, partly cloudy, we're going to have several spots in the 50s away from the lake shore. But as I mentioned, heat returns for the holiday weekend. Much more on that when I come back. Allison, back to you.
Officers from the Cleveland Police Department honored fallen officer Vu Nguyen by escorting his daughters to their first day of class today. They lined up outside Avon Heritage North Elementary and Avon High School to escort the girls, as you see here. If you remember, we first told you back in July, Officer Vu Nguyen passed away after collapsing during a training exercise. A plea deal this morning for the Summit County man accused of starting the fire at the historic Firestone Mansion. Flames destroyed the home in Fairlawn last January. 2 weeks later, police arrested Donovan Gowen, who you see here today. He pleaded guilty to the charges. He will be sentenced, we know, in November. Right now, we are waiting to learn the condition of a semi driver after the semi rolled over on I-271 southbound near the 480 split in Macedonia. The truck was carrying large rolls of paper, as you see in this video, when the driver lost control. This happened about 2:30 this morning. We now know what led to overdose-like symptoms in dozens of people at the Ross County Correctional Facility. It was a mixture of heroin and fentanyl. 29 people were exposed to the drug combination, including 23 correction officers, 4 nurses, and 2 inmates. Right now, 1 staff member and 1 inmate are still in the hospital. Investigators are still working to figure out how the substance made it into the facility. Ohio State University trustees are learning more about the investigation into a former team doctor now accused of sexual misconduct against several male athletes and students. A law firm hired to investigate this heard firsthand accounts of sexual misconduct by Richard Strauss from more than 100 former students. The allegations, we know, date back all the way to 1979. Strauss retired in 1997 and killed himself in 2005. Officials at Kent State University say a gun rally organized by the woman who posed with an AR-10 in her graduation photos will not be taking place. The school says that this event will not be in compliance with campus policy. We want to know what you think about this. Should Kaitlin Bennett be allowed to hold that rally? Well, you can sound off right now. Just call 216-367-7227, and we may share some of your comments in our 6 o'clock newscast. The Cleveland Browns released one of its linebackers after being charged with insider trading. Federal prosecutors say Michael Kendricks used information from someone he knew to make about $1.2 million in illegal profits. Kendricks accepted full responsibility for his actions and apologized. A canine this noon needs our help to pay for needed ACL surgery. Hartville police say this canine injured his leg recently and will have to have surgery next week. Even after a discount, the surgery will cost at least $4,000. Hartville's canine unit doesn't get taxpayer money and operates off of our donations. If you'd like to help out, you can make that donation to the Hartville Village Hall or at Consumers National Bank in Hartville. All donations are tax deductible. The 2018 Cleveland National Air Show takes to the skies this weekend. And among, of course, the spectacular sights, the Navy's Blue Angels. The pilots will fly all sorts of formations to excite and entertain the crowds. They invited us to come down to Burke Lakefront Airport this morning to talk about being a Blue Angel. We talked to Major Jeff Mullins. It's his first year on the team, and he says it's a dream come true.
You know, the Blue Angels are one of the things that inspired me to join the military, but I always wanted to be a pilot. But getting to come here and essentially give back to our brothers and sisters serving overseas and be their representation to the American public and hopefully do them proud is what makes it special.
Awesome, and you can check them out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at Burke Lakefront Airport. Looks like an exciting time. A new painkiller successfully suppresses the addictive effects of narcotics. We're asking questions about any possible side effects for your health. And the American Academy of Pediatrics is making new recommendations this noon for kids riding in car seats. We're asking questions about those changes straight ahead. And the Great Geauga County Fair is going on this weekend. We're taking you there live at noon right after the break.
Got questions? Tell us your story ideas today. Call 216-367-7225. Send an email to gettinganswers@cleveland19.com or on Facebook at Cleveland 19 News. From Cleveland's News Center. Driven by Don Joseph Toyota in Kent. This is Cleveland 19 News.
Cleveland 19 News Time is 12:10. Senator John McCain's family thanked those who came to the Arizona State Capitol to pay respects to their father. His funeral in Arizona is being held right now. Longtime friend and former Vice President Joe Biden, we know, is speaking at the funeral. Researchers in Europe are working on a neurotransmitter that can detect when a seizure starts, and it may even help stop its progress. Using an electronic pump implanted on the brain, doctors were able to send a chemical to the source of the seizure to stop neurons from misfiring. Researchers are hopeful this technology will help patients diagnosed with brain tumors and even Parkinson's disease. A study at the Wake Forest School of Medicine finds that a new painkiller is successful in suppressing the addictive effects of opioids. Researchers say when tested in animals, the new chemical compound AT121 shows the same level of pain relief, but at a 100 times lower dose than morphine. And this new painkiller does not have unwanted side effects. New evidence shows exposure to toxic metals, including lead and copper, increases our risk of cardiovascular disease. Researchers at Columbia University suggest minimizing our exposure even at those low levels. And the Great Geauga County Fair is going on this weekend. Sam Roberts will join us live at the annual Chicken Flying Contest. Straight ahead, Jeff. Welcome back. New information this noon for parents with young children. Experts have updated recommendations for car seats. Wendy Gillette is getting answers for us from New York.
Natasha Young is mother to 5-month-old Soleil, but she's also a certified technician for Safe Kids Worldwide and teaches other parents how to properly install a car seat. She says it's vital to keep young children in a rear-facing seat.
because it helps protect them in the incident of a crash. It keeps their head and their neck safe.
This video shows how a rear-facing seat can absorb a simulated crash compared to one that's forward-facing.
And so it's really important to keep them rear-facing as long as possible.
The American Academy of Pediatrics is now updating its guidelines to reflect that.
Yeah, Mommy's right there.
The group used to recommend rear-facing seats until at least age 2. Now the Academy wants parents to keep children in rear-facing seats until they reach the maximum height and weight limit, even if they're older than 2.
Even if their children's legs are longer than the car seat, they can easily fold their legs up into the car seat, and it's actually much safer for their legs.
The new policy also recommends older kids stay in forward-facing safety seats and booster seats until they reach the max height and weight recommended by the manufacturer. When it comes to rear-facing seats, Young says parents often make the mistake of turning their kids around too soon.
A lot of times they like to see their child, entertain their child, especially if their child might be a little bit more fussy.
She says a little fussiness is better than putting a child at risk of being injured in a crash. Wendy Gillette, Cleveland 19.
Cleveland 19 news time is 12:16. Well, the Great Geauga County Fair is going on right now, and it looks like some chickens are actually flying the coop. Samantha Roberts is predicting several people are going to try to make them fly for, of course, the annual chicken flying contest. Sam, how's it going out there?
Oh, Allison, this is fantastic. We have perfect weather, and the competition is fierce out here at the Great Geauga County Fair. I want to introduce you guys to our next contestant. And you are Kayla? All right, tell me a little bit about your bird.
My name is Yellow.
All right, let's see how far it can go. Again, Allison, we've had quite the competition here so far. So we're going to place the bird inside the mailbox, and we are gently, very gently, just kind of pushing the bird to the edge of the mailbox. Wow, that's a big winner there. Oh my goodness. Look how far. These wranglers have their work cut out for them today. That's the farthest we've seen one go so far. So out here live at the Great Geauga County Fair, it's absolutely fantastic weather for it, and we will let you guys know a little bit later on today who took the cake. Let's check out one more chicken while we're here. And you are?
Buddy Ferg.
Buddy, all right. Now you've been up here before. Who's this?
Mary.
Mary. Okay, let's see how far Mary can fly. So again, we're just gently placing the bird inside the mailbox, and we're going to use a plunger just to kind of guide Mary to the edge of the mailbox. And we'll see how far she goes. There's a lot that goes into this, and a lot of rules that we have to be sure we're following, because we want everything to be legit here. All right, here comes Mary. You got it, girl. Just don't fly towards me. All right, not bad, not bad, not bad. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Live from the First Alert Weather Center, your hour-by-hour forecast.
Oh, that's great. Listen to that crowd.
That Geauga County Fair, I mean, if you want to go to a fair, I mean, that is it. That's the oldest county fair in the state, and it runs right through Labor Day. This is the weekend for that. All right, and of course the annual chicken flying contest. 75 in Cleveland right now. How about this? So that cold front came through, and we have the cool down in place. You know, tonight we're going to break up this cloud cover a little bit here, and we're dropping into the 50s inland away from the lakeshore. Along the lakeshore, you're still going to stay in the 60s here, but this is going to be the coolest day for a while, so enjoy it. Today, again, that humidity level has dropped. Tomorrow is going to be pleasant, and then look at that, right back up into the tropical stuff on Saturday. Small chance, very small chance of a shower here this afternoon. We'll be in the 70s. And then look at what happens tonight. I want to show you this. 2 o'clock in the morning and early tomorrow morning, 50s, about 60 degrees or so in the greater Cleveland area. Tomorrow we will be above 80, and your Friday night football games tomorrow night looking fantastic. 75 at 2, 74 at 4 o'clock, 72 at 6, and we'll be around 70 at 8 o'clock. Clouds gradually breaking up, although Akron, Canton, you're going to stay pretty cloudy most of the day here. Spot shower, 79 your high, and the wind is actually forecast to decrease as the afternoon wears on. So northeast wind 5 to 10 knots out there on the water, waves around a foot. Here's your Cleveland's most accurate forecast, First Alert 7-day here. I want to talk about the weekend because, you know, tomorrow 81 after a low of 60. All right, here's your updated weekend. New computer model information indicating just a small chance of a thunderstorm now. Saturday, Sunday, and on Labor Day. But look at these temperatures. Mid to upper 80s, and it wouldn't surprise me if we get a 90 in there. Ooh. It's going to be thick, humid. Just keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about. Obviously, a lot of us will be.
The air show.
Drink plenty of fluids, yeah. And even next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, near 90, few afternoon storms in there. So even when the kids get back to school after Labor Day.
The heat is sticking around.
Yes.
All right, well, we're sticking with the chicken theme, okay?
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, they're giving $11,000 to a baby born on September 9th. But of course, Jeff, there's a catch. The baby has to be named Harland. Oh, that's adorable. It's a promotion to celebrate the 128th birthday of KFC's founder, Colonel Harland Sanders. The $11,000, of course, will go towards the baby's college education.
Does the baby have to look like that?
That baby's adorable.
Yeah.
Well, from higher education to taking touring Northeast Ohio to new heights, I'll take you on a high-flying adventure that's right in our backyard. See what I found out about life in the land straight ahead. Now, Northeast Ohio is popular for boating, wineries, and hiking, but how about this? Check it out, zip lining. So what is it like? I did it and found out 2 words for you: buckle up. First stop, get harnessed up. Then we went through a quick training course.
Here we go. Hey guys.
And climbed several stairs to launch. No turning back now.
All right, this is a little intimidating.
And we are off.
Well done.
You are zipping through the trees, going across sky bridges. You're zipping right over waterways. Zipping right next to one of your friends or family members. Not only that, but you're zipping right over waterways and right toward Lake Erie. It's just beautiful.
Fun for the entire family, from the youngest to the oldest.
9 to 90. And I'm not joking, our oldest zip liner is 90 years old.
If zipping isn't your thing, they also feature self-guided adventure courses. I have to admit, half the time I felt like this.
Watch out for that tree.
Thankfully, we had these guides, Kyle and Mike, so we didn't hit that tree.
It's a little intimidating at first, but once you're hooked up to the gear and the guides explain everything to you and they're with you the entire time, you're completely at ease.
We made it through each zip and back on the ground, thanks to this awesome crew with the Lake Erie Canopy Tours. I was scared doing that, though.
It is scary.
Yeah, you've done it before.
I have, but I got stuck in the middle. I just stopped, and they had to come and rescue me.
Do you need to be on the lake? Look at Lake Erie while you're doing it. I promise you won't get stuck. Those guides are awesome over there.
Well, maybe I'll give it a try.
You should.
All right, let's look at, that was a great story there. 76 today, 60 tonight, 81 tomorrow. Mid to upper 80s here, guys, over the weekend. Thick and isolated storms from time to time. Keyword there, isolated. Should be good to go this weekend.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. The Young and the Restless is next. Be sure to join us for Cleveland 19 News at 4. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
All right.
Yay. Good show, you guys.
Nice job.